Hi, my name is Octavia Walenchek, and my single case study was exercise, frequent exercise, and self-confidence. Um, the reason why I chose this behavior to change in my life was because it was one that was necessary to change. I was becoming more complacent with the lazier lifestyle, and I knew I needed to become more active and find a way of doing so. So thanks to Dr. Jean in this assignment, she kind of gave me the push I needed to change this behavior in my life. There's a lot of previous research stating that there is a lot to go hand in hand with exercise and mental health, a lot of that doing with self-confidence. Research also suggests that if you're doing it for the correct reasons, such as wanting to have a healthier lifestyle, better yourself, and things like that, you tend to improve your self-efficacy versus when you're trying to do it to seem more attractive or more appealing. You tend to have the opposite effect, which is becoming more insecure, and that's due to looking for others to find satisfaction versus looking in yourself just to wanting to be better. This research is really important, especially for women. There isn't a lot of positive reviews for women in their bodies or women in their mental health. A lot of times we're just pushed aside and it's like, oh, they're moody, it's this, it's that, versus wanting to make sure that we're actually okay. And through exercise and physical activity, you start to feel a lot better. Actually, you get more confident, you can feel more motivated to do things in your other life. It will in the other areas of your life to just kind of better that as you go through. You can also find that the more active you are, the more serotonin and dopamine that are released in your mind. That's to give you a more positive outlook on things, to kind of help you feel a little bit better as well. The measures I used was the UCO gym here on campus. I went 3 times a week. I did one day being leg day, second day being ab day, and the third and final day of that week would be cardio. This was to, kind of get every area of my body to tone up as I was changing in this lifestyle. I did not have specific machine equipment that I used. I just kind of was more focused on dedicating that 2 hours each session at the gym versus what equipment. So I didn't really focus a lot on that. I did, however, use a scale called the General Self-Efficacy Scale, and I measured my self-efficacy before I had started and measured it each week after. Just to see if there was any incline on my self-confidence. And in that next slide, you will see that there indeed was. The more consistent I was and the more I followed through, the more confident and the more motivated I felt. So as you can see, this bottom line right here shows how many days a week I went to the gym. And this top line right here is going to be my self-efficacy score. That score came from a 10-item psychomatic scale, answering questions on a 1 to 4 basis, 1 being not at all, 4 being very likely. This allowed me to see that as I stayed motivated and as I stayed positive and as I stuck with it, the more positive I felt about myself, the more confidence I had in myself. This came, again, not from wanting to be seen as more attractive from others, but just wanting to better myself and hold me accountable. As well as in other research, it was stated that social support is a key factor in why people tend to feel better about this. I, however, did not have regular social support to motivate me and to hold me accountable. I did have Dr. Jean once again to hold me accountable for this was a grade. It was an assignment that we had to complete. So I knew I had to follow through for each step. So that way, because of course I wanted a good grade, that was what encouraged me to continue going and to continue to stay on track and follow through with the things I had set ahead for myself. As you can notice, there is a big dip right here. This dip comes from the COVID-19 pandemic that happened. 3 weeks before this study was supposed to be concluded, I did feel very discouraged. I didn't really want to go to the gym. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even really see a point as to why I should finish this case study. However, came the second week, I realized I'd already come this far. I'd already dedicated so much time, effort, and energy that I was determined to finish this research study. And with that, it allowed me to continue to work out those 3 days a week. And because I wasn't using specific machine equipment, I was able to do these exercises at home. I still dedicated 2 hours, not every single day, but 2 hours a day for abs, legs, and cardio. This is what brought my confidence level back up. I again felt motivated into just wanting to complete something that I had started. My results were very much so consistent with what I hypothesized. I had hypothesized that the more I stuck with this and the more frequent I worked out, the better I would feel, the more self-confidence I would have, and the more excited I would become about following through with things. And this did exactly just that. I did get more self-confidence. I did feel more positive about myself and about my body. I was more excited to go to the gym sessions the more I continued to go. I was making far less excuses for myself as to why I should not go. So that was a really good positive thing I was kind of experiencing. This, however, is a single person case study, so these results cannot be generalized for everybody. I do suggest, though, in this research, if wanting to study whether or not physical activity has any effect on your mental health, I do highly recommend doing observational research. It is something that has given a lot of insight on myself, realizing that, yes, we do get very complacent in our day-to-day lifestyles versus getting a bit out of our comfort zone. And with that, I had to observe myself and I had to observe my actions, which was really different for me, but it was helpful in that same sense because I would never have realized the kind of hole I was going down and the changes I needed to be made if I had never started this. So observational research, I think, is a really, really good tool in helping people figure out what kind of needs to be done and what kind of needs to be changed, especially for case studies. So I thought this was a really nice way of doing this research. For any future research on this, I definitely suggest to just stay with it. It gets really hard. It seems like a lot of work. There's a million excuses out there as to why we should not, or why you shouldn't have to do this, or why it's not very important. But all research is important research. Whether it supports your hypothesis or it fails to support it, it's all worth having. I definitely thought it was really nice that my research supported my hypothesis and what other research has shown. Again, working out and doing it for the right reasons and just wanting to be healthier for yourself does improve does improve your image of your body. You become more positive towards yourself. Your confidence starts to seep through other areas of your life. You become more excited. You make a lot less excuses to just wanting to follow through with the things that you've set. So I think that was a really nice plus out of this research. This right here is my poster. As you can see, it has the abstract, the information, my methods section with the materials and procedure, my predicted results, my discussion, and my references, along with down here, again, that data diagram that was just previously seen. Because of this, it allowed me to really kind of see my research come to life, see what I had gotten to do. It's a helpful tool to have. This just, again, as I reiterate, the whole purpose was to be better, do better, change a behavior of mine that was pretty toxic. Again, I'm very good at making excuses and not following through with stuff. This definitely helped change that out of me. I am now following through with a lot more things in other areas of my life, and holding myself more accountable versus just being like, oh, this isn't necessary, I don't really need to do this. So, and then real quick, I will show you my literature review. This right here is my literature review. It just goes on to show all the research that I use to help guide me through, as well as why this is really important again for women. We do not get a lot of support to show why or how to better our lifestyle and to make different choices for ourselves. So this literature review is just to show where I kind of got a lot of my data and information from. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave comments and questions below. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to learn from this study, and you guys have a great day.